So are you ready for today's conversation? I am ready. And today, this one is going to be very interesting because, you know, people asked me before that, is it everybody who can do long distance relationship? And I said, no, it's not everybody. Okay, it's not everybody. So today I'm going to help you identify the kind of people that cannot do long distance relationship. It's not for everybody. It is not for everybody. Why is that? Because of the reasons I'm going to be sharing. Okay. So let's just jump into it. The first point I want to say is long distance relationship is not for you if you have trust issues. If you have trust issues, long distance relationship is not for you. Why? Because the person is not there with you. You just have to have faith. You just have to believe. You just have to hope. You just have to trust. So if you have a challenge trusting people generally, trusting your partner, trusting yourself, don't do long distance relationship, because you will give yourself heart attack. You will worry yourself. In fact, you will use your lack of trust and just spoil the relationship. I'm going to leave this point about trust because I will expatiate. I have a lot to say about it, so I'll come back to it when I touch the other 6 points. There are 7 points I'm going to share all, and then I'll come back and really speak about this trust one, because I feel like it's the big one. You know, what is a relationship without trust? Really, what's a relationship without trust? It's not a relationship. If you can't trust yourselves, it is not a relationship. Okay, so I'll come back to trust. Okay, but if you have trust issues, you cannot do long distance relationship. If your partner travels abroad or goes to another place, you people have a nice conversation, end the relationship, and find the person that is your next door neighbor, or that is in your close proximity with you, so that you can be monitoring Mr. Monitor or Miss Monitor, so that you can be monitoring the person every now and then, so you have peace of mind. If you know you cannot trust, please, you can't do long distance relationship. Okay, because even that lack of trust can even destroy your close distance relationship. How much more the one that is far away? Okay, but let me move on. So don't do long distance relationship if the relationship is not defined. You need to know this. If it is not defined, if both of you don't have a clear purpose and a clear vision in that relationship, then don't do it. Don't get involved. Okay? That is why again and again I tell people that your reason for getting into a relationship with somebody should be that you can get married to that person. If you have thought about it, you've checked here and there, and it doesn't seem like I can spend the rest of my life with this person, then don't allow it become a relationship. Have a grip on your emotions. Don't go everywhere your emotions are leading you, like a sheep being led to the slaughter. Alright, don't follow your feelings. You coordinate your feelings. Tell it where you want it to go. Don't jump into anything that makes you feel excited. Alright, if that relationship does not have a clear definition and purpose, and both of you are together, you know, in that vision, then don't even do long distance. Why? Because you will have troubles with your mind. You would have troubles with your commitment. Do you understand? And you'll just be worrying for the wrong reasons. You'll just be bothering yourself unnecessarily. And by the way, if it's not even clearly defined, you don't have any real commitment anywhere. There's no real commitment. It's just assumption you have. Remember when we spoke about situationship? You guys just think you are in a relationship, but you're not in one. So there's no clear commitment. There's no binding commitment to that thing you're calling a relationship. And that becomes a problem. Because at the end of the day, you feel like you can just do what you want. And if the other person is hurt, you ask the person, after all, did I say I want to get married to you? After all, is this a relationship? I thought we just had a nice time, you know, and stuff like that. Do you understand? So let it be clear. And my recommendation, if that relationship does not have a purpose that leads to marriage, please and please and please end it and be good friends with that person. Friends without emotional gratification. Friends without sexual involvement. Be friends one with another. All right? Don't date everybody that comes your way. Not everybody is meant to get into a relationship with you. Don't do that. All right? Don't do that. If that relationship cannot be defined, or the definition is not in line with what you desire, you guys cannot see the same picture, don't even allow it start. How much more become a long distance one? Because it is that vision that keeps people together. Vision is very powerful. That vision keeps the friendship. You know, it keeps the friendship alive. It makes you guys have the same things to talk about. That vision helps your compatibility check. All right? It helps you check so many things. But if there's no clearly defined vision, just feelings you have for each other, or just saying that you want to get into a relationship because all your friends are in a relationship, or you just want to join those who say, oh, my boyfriend is in UK, or my girlfriend is in the US, you know, you just want to join those who are dating diaspora. My friend, coordinate yourself. You're not in competition with anybody. All right? If that relationship is not clearly defined, then it is not a relationship. And don't join those that somebody will tell you, how are you today? You say, I'm fine, my love, and it has become a relationship. You must be close to anybody that shows you kindness or friendship. All right? Yeah, don't date everyone that comes your way. Don't do that. Okay? There are some people who think that the reward for kindness is relationship. If someone helps you to do something, you tell them thank you. If someone is kind to you, you tell them thank you. But that someone is kind to you does not mean you sleep with him or you sleep with her. Somebody is nice to you does not mean it has to become a relationship. Somebody prays with you when you're going through a situation and God comes through for you, you don't reward them with relationship. You appreciate them, you say thank you, and you move on with your life. This is how so many people become vulnerable and fall prey to people who just take advantage of them. All right, so please, it has to be very clearly defined. If not, that distance that you people are talking about will not work. Yes, my dear Rieko, it's the reward for kindness is not relationship, or it's not relationship. If somebody is kind to you, the reward is thank you. All right, so please shout it out. Let your friends hear it and let people hear it. Now, the third person, or the third category of persons I would say relationship, long distance relationship is not for, are for people who easily get lonely. Now, they are lonely because they have defined loneliness as the physical absence of people around them, of a partner, of friends around them. Okay, if you're that kind of person who defines loneliness as being away from other people, or not having people around you, or not having your loved ones around you, then you should not do long distance relationship. Okay, someone says, yeah, you've been in such a situation. Oh yes, you would really get so confused. Exactly. You would really get so confused. And you start talking that, okay, these are the things that happen to people, and they start thinking that love is a difficult thing. That love is just a terrible thing, that it just weighs the heart down. You know, as if love is a bad thing. But it's not. Okay? What happens is that it was on the wrong foundation. It was never meant to be. They were playing around with their feelings, and it was never meant to be love in the first place. Okay? So let me move on. I said, if you feel lonely easily, then you can't survive long distance relationship, because it's not going to be easy to have that person come around, or for you to go around and go meet the person. Imagine you're in one country and your spouse or partner is in another country. How easy is it going to be for you to visit? Especially when you need to get visa, especially when it's also very expensive. How are you going to manage that? So if you're the kind of person who says, no, if my partner is not here, I'm going to be so lonely. What will I do without you? Oh, I've tied my entire life to you being around me. Then you're going to have problems. You cannot do long distance relationship. As a matter of fact, you should not even be like that, even for a close distance relationship. You should not be like that. All right, you should be able to be comfortable in your own space. You mustn't have people around you. Is there nothing you're working on? Don't forget, like I said in the last session, Loneliness is not the absence of people. It's the absence of vision and direction. You don't know what you're doing. That's why you say you're lonely. If there is something you're working on, if there is a course you're taking, if there is a self-development, self-development program or plan you're on, you will not be lonely. There will be something you have to do per time. There will be a book to read. There will be programs to watch on YouTube. There will be something to learn. There will be skills to learn. There are so many things. I mean, there will be opportunities you're looking out for. How can you just sit down and say, because there's nobody around you, then the whole world is just empty and you feel lonely? Don't do that to yourself. I hope somebody understands this. Don't do that to yourself. Okay? So learn how to enjoy your own space. Be alone sometimes. Not every time are you around, okay, I'm coming. You say, oh, yeah, come. No, I'm coming. Say, no, don't come. I don't want visitors now. I want to visit you. Don't visit. It's not every time, you're looking for where you want to go spend every small space, every break you have. You want to go hang out with somebody. No. Stay by yourself. Read a book. Listen to a sermon. Watch a program on YouTube. I mean, there's a lot you can do to ensure that you are productively engaged. Don't sit down and cry boredom. No, don't do that. I know that there are some temperaments that will struggle with this. There are people who always want to have people around them, always want to be talking with somebody. Please take note. One of the signs of growth is that you know when to identify behaviors that don't necessarily empower and help you be the best version of yourself, and you know how to put them away. And you also know when and how to regulate such behaviors. Am I saying it's wrong to talk to people? No, of course not. I mean, the human is a relational person. You're a relational being. You always want to talk with people, yes. But there are times where you need to take time off and be by yourself and reflect and meditate and think. Develop yourself. Add value to yourself. There are things that if people are busy doing, they will not remember relationship. You will not remember that somebody is talking to you or somebody is not talking to you. You won't remember. But when you allow yourself to not have anything doing, that's when you'll be crying boredom all over the place. Someone says something, let me read this. One thing you notice is if the other person isn't giving you the vibe, then you start seeing the person as bad. Meanwhile, he or she was just being nice. Okay, thank you for sharing that. So please, don't feel lonely easily. I tell people that there are times I'm even looking for boredom. I'm praying for opportunities to be bored so that maybe I just sleep off or I just watch a series or something, because there's a lot going on in this brain. There's a lot going on in this mind. There's so many things I want to be doing per time. Do you understand? So how will I just wake up and start saying I'm bored? What kind of boredom is that? No. So please take note. If you are that kind who is always crying at boredom, or I used to give this example, like some people like to do. 1 a.m. and you say, oh, I can't sleep. 1 a.m. Who is up? Who wants to gist? If you can't sleep too, holler me. You don't know what you're doing. You need to stop that. You need to stop that. If you don't know what to do, then read your Bible. Read your Bible and pray and help your life. That's what you need to do. It's not looking for who to chat with. It's not looking for what new game to play. It's not looking for what movie to watch. If you don't know what to do, you have a Bible, read it. Pray. Let God help you and give your life direction. There are things to do with your time. If you don't want to do any of those, then find productive things to do. Get on a course. There are lots of free courses. So many platforms. I can't even start calling. Several. And several online opportunities these days. Look for them. Learn skills and start empowering yourself. But no, you have attached all your validation to somebody talking to you. Listen, if you are that kind of person, long distance cannot work for you at all. It can't work for you. It will not work. Okay, you need to learn how to be comfortable in your own space. You need to learn how to be by yourself. You need to learn how to have those me moments where you're sitting alone, where you're even ending conversations that are getting too long because you want to spend time with yourself. You just want to be alone. You just want to reflect. You just want to think. You know, some people only have those moments of sober reflection when it's their birthday. They start thinking, oh my God, I'm 35, what have I done with my life? Oh. And even at that point, they're not even thinking of the right thing. Rather, they are thinking of all the problems in their lives and all the shortcomings, and then they are comparing themselves with other people who seem to have made it. You see, even the opportunity you have to be by yourself, you're using it for the wrong things. Learn to sit with yourself for productive reasons. Yeah, thank you, Jeffrey. He says, learn to have a chat with God or have a conversation with Him. You know, very important about your life. There's a lot God wants to show to you. There's a lot He wants to speak to you. There's a lot He wants to help you become. There's a lot He wants to show you. But guess what? You are busy chit-chatting with everybody around you. You are busy running from pillar to post. You are busy looking for who is going to be your companion, who you're going to stay with, who's going to be around you. Meanwhile, God is telling you, hey, I want to speak to you. Do you understand that? So please, if you're that kind of person who says that you're always lonely, then you cannot do long distance relationship. Why? Because your partner is not going to be anywhere close by for a while. So you would have to be by yourself. And if you have a problem with that, then please go and look for somebody who is not far from you. Go and start that relationship with that one, you know. But I'm not one who believes in having pockets of relationships everywhere. You are dating somebody, you go for 2 weeks holiday in Lagos, you have a boyfriend in Lagos. You travel to France for 2 weeks, you have a boyfriend in France. You go to Abuja for conference, 4 days conference, you have a boyfriend there. You go for NYSC camp, 3 weeks, you have girlfriend. You finish camp, you get your PPA, 2 weeks, you have. What's up with your life? Is this how you want to be behaving? You see the things people do that they say love is a difficult thing. They've confused themselves. Because everywhere you go, you are looking for a relationship where it is not meant to be. Be comfortable having friends. Leave it as friendship. It does not have to be a relationship. Every corner you turn, date me, I date you, date me, I date you, date me, I date you. Stop it. And give yourself some sense. Alright? Let me move on. If you are, point number 4, if you are emotionally immature, you should not even be in a relationship at all. How much more a long distance relationship? If you don't have a grip on your emotions, and how do you know you're this kind of person who is emotionally immature? You don't know how to take decisions. You don't know how to interpret issues. You are a give me, for me, by me, everything me person. You're still a child if you're like that. You're not ready for a relationship. A relationship is for adults. It's not for children. So if you're emotionally immature, you cannot survive long distance. I mean, so let me give you more examples. You know, people who feel like the world revolves around them. It must always be their way or the highway. They just want things, do it for me, the way I want it, when I want it. When you don't do it like that, they're provoked, they're angry, they're disappointed. You know, that's just childishness. So somebody who has learned to take responsibility and somebody who has learned to see life the way it is, you would know that the world does not revolve around you. You would know that things will not always happen the way you want it, when you want it, how you want it. You will know that. So if you're the person who still behaves like that, then you are emotionally immature. You can't even handle a relationship, whether it is close to you or it is a long distance one. You can't handle it. That is the truth. If you're the kind who is quick to get angry, everything offends you. You're the kind who is very sensitive. I know myself, I dey quick the vex. Any small thing gets me angry. What kind of rubbish is that? Is that a virtue? Is that a quality you should be celebrating? You're being a child. You're being immature. That's what you are. You need to learn to get a grip on your emotions. If every little thing annoys you, or every little thing excites you, have you seen people like that? I put up something on my status today. When the relationship is still shocking you, your boyfriend will laugh, ha ha ha. You say, hey, you laugh like Jesus. A body they sweet you. You know, any small thing. Because you're tripping for man, he cracks a very dry joke. You laugh, oh, laugh, 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 laugh. How far are you now? Every little thing excites you. Or you see that lady you're tripping for, and she says hi, and you start smiling, you know, from ear to ear, just smiling like big fool. Until somebody has to tap you and say, hey, young man, coordinate yourself. You see, those are signs that you have not learned to have a grip on your emotions, and you need to be able to do that. If not, you are emotionally immature and you are not ready for a relationship. Yeah, so whether it's a long distance one or it's a close one, you are not ready. You need to know how to coordinate yourself. Not be every small thing could sweet you. You know, not be every small thing could totally you. Hey, everything, just coordinate yourself. Know when to laugh. Know when to keep a straight face. Know when to not give answers. Know when to not answer. Know when to not give replies. Okay? I mean, another sign of emotional immaturity is people that fall in love too easily. Don't say secondary school emotions. Some people fall in love too easily. Too easily. I meet you today, tomorrow I turn my love. Oh, my darling. You know. Coordinate your emotions. Coordinate your emotions. If you're that kind of person, you cannot do well in a long distance relationship. Why? Obvious reasons. Obvious reasons. Obvious reasons. First of all, you keep annoying, you and your partner will keep quarreling. Second of all, any person that passes by you will sweep you off your feet, even though you're supposed to be in a committed relationship with somebody. You see? Because you have not learned to have a grip on your emotions. You allow your emotions jump everywhere they want to go. Today you trip for somebody, you sleep with him, or you sleep with her, and you have a relationship. You are not emotionally mature. You can't handle yourself. It's not every compliment that will excite you. You know, you don't even know when somebody's trying to get into your head. You don't even know it. Why? Because you lack emotional maturity. So if you're that kind of person, you cannot do well in a long distance relationship. I have to even move faster because there are a few more things I want to say. Okay? I said I was going to say some things about trust. Always falling. Ogbeni, calm down. I tell you, man. Hey, fall us in love. Fall in love anyhow. You need to get wisdom. All right. So another point. I think this should be the fifth point. If you get easily distracted and you lack commitment, you can't be in a long distance relationship. All right. Have you met a young man who just likes a particular kind of fine girl? That you can almost bet that if I bring this girl across, you know, an occasion or a program where this guy is, he must follow this girl. Have you seen people like that? The same applies to ladies. There are some girls that just like boy. You just like man. You know that if she sees this fine boy, wallahi, she'll go and position herself so that he will talk to her, or she'll go and talk to himself. There are some people like that. Easily distracted. They're in a relationship. Yeah, they are checking out another person who they think is so cool, and then they start wishing that they were the ones dating that person, and they're in a relationship. That's problem. That's recipe for indiscipline and lack of commitment. Those are the kind of people who compare their relationship with every other person's relationship. If you are like that, you cannot survive long distance relationship, because there are several other people who will be catching your attention, okay, within the short range, within your immediate environment. And because the one you're committed to is not close by, there is no guarantee that you can stay disciplined. So if you're that kind of person and you're in a relationship with somebody and the person tells you, hey, I've gotten admission, I'm going to the UK, please, part of the things you people will be discussing is how to end the relationship, because you know yourself that the next flashy person that comes across crosses your path, you're going to run with that person. Okay? If you can't stay committed and true to the one you have said that you love, then please avoid long distance relationship, because it won't work for you. It won't work for you. All right? If people knew some of these things, they would have helped themselves. Because as soon as the relationship was going to become a long distance one, you guys will have these kind of conversations and you will address certain things. Okay, if it's going to work, how is it going to work? What should we do to make sure that there is no break? All right, you guys will discuss those things and you will agree on it and you will stay true to it. Okay, but if while you are discussing it, you know that, man, once out of sight is out of mind, though, then you had better be true to yourselves and say, please, let us end this thing now. Let both of us know that if we see somebody else, we can move on. It is better you do that than you stay in a relationship with somebody and you don't have peace of mind. You're not trusting. You just keep suspecting. You don't even know what time to call or what time to not call. You just feel like you don't know what is going on there. Save yourself all that emotional trouble. All right. If you cannot stay committed to somebody, then don't even give in to long distance relationship. All right. Also, if you're quick to give in to internal and external pressure, whether it's pressure from yourself or pressure from other people, you are quick to give in to pressure, you can't do long distance relationship. Don't forget, one of the things I said, last week was that you need to know where your boundaries are. You need to know where your boundaries. You need to know those boundaries. Both of you need to know your boundaries. You need to know what people to not visit. There are some people that if you visit them, you would have a strong fight for your sanity and for your life, because they'll try to corrupt your manners. They'll try to send you corrupt ideas so that you can start cheating on your partner or start doing things that you should not do. You avoid those kind of people. You avoid those kind of places. You have to avoid them. You need to set very clear boundaries. There are people you're not going to hang out with because you don't trust yourself and you don't trust them. You don't trust their intent. So you avoid them. Relationship is very deliberate. It is the same strength you used to do these things in the relationship stage that you would used to do it as a married person. If you can't be disciplined as a single, you will be indisciplined as a married person. Marriage does not come with special discipline. No. So if you can't learn those boundaries now, you would have a problem eventually. So learn those boundaries now. Don't give in to pressure, whether it's from yourself or it's from outside. Don't give in to unnecessary pressure. People start telling you rubbish. How do you know that him that is there? How are you sure that he's not doing something? How are you sure he's not following other women? You say it's true. Yeah, I don't know. No, you don't do that. I'm coming to trust very soon. I'll talk about trust very soon. So don't be moved by pressure here and there. Sometimes it's your body that will be giving you ideas. You want to go after that person. No, don't do that. Go home and go and sleep. Go and hug your pillow and call your lover, call your partner, and discuss over the phone. All right? Don't give in to every emotion. Don't do that, because you're setting yourself up. When you eventually get married, you will still battle the same issues. And guess what? If you don't treat them as a single person, you won't be able to handle them even as a married person. There are people who particularly go after married men and women. They know you're married, yet you are the one they want. So what would you do if you have not learned to discipline yourself as a single person? You will have problems. You will have complications left, right, center. You will be married and you will have several other people carrying children for you outside. And you'll be trying to keep it from your wife. And guess what? One day she will find out. And then your world will fall apart. All right? So please take note of that. All right? The final point on this before I go back to talking about trust, which was the first point I mentioned. The 7th point here is if you or your spouse, in fact, if your relationship was a sexually active one, see, chances are both of you cannot survive long distance relationship. In fact, that distance is what will be the end of your relationship. It might even be for the good of both of you. All right? Because once you're sexually active, then you're going to have problems with resisting when you have the opportunity. Especially when your spouse is not around or your partner. When he or she is not around, you're going to have a challenge resisting sexual urges, resisting sexual temptations. You're going to have a challenge. Why? Because you have been indulging. You have been gratifying those feelings every time they come. And you just make yourself submit to it. So guess what? When your partner is not around, day one, you try to coordinate yourself. You try day one. You try day 2. By day 3, man, you just jump in. And before you know it, your mind, you're struggling with infidelity, you're struggling with thoughts of infidelity. And guess what? Once you start doing that, of course, you start suspecting that your partner is doing the same thing. Because that's the way it is. You see the world the way you are. The moment you start having to sneak around, and hide things from your partner, you will start suspecting that your partner is hiding things from you. That's the way it works. So for people who get involved sexually in their relationship, see, first of all, it is wrong. It is wrong on many fronts. Okay, that is not love right there. No, that's not love. That's complication that you're building up. The minute sex gets involved in that relationship, you start making it complicated. It starts becoming harder for you to see the truth. It starts becoming harder for you to walk away when you need to walk away. And even when you have to walk away, it becomes more hurtful because you have entangled yourself. You have gotten your soul tied with somebody else. You have gotten into an illegal bonding that you should not have gotten involved in. As a matter of fact, you have gotten joined with that person in the spirit, and you don't want to do that. So on many fronts, it's wrong, okay? But how much more when you guys now have to go apart, maybe for 1 year or for 2 years? Many times those relationships will fail because both parties have become so sexually active that they know that by this time every week or every 2 days you're having sex and now your partner is not around. How can you swear that you will not do it with another person? How? What's the guarantee? Do you understand this? So you have to take note of these things. I've mentioned about 7 points there. The first one I started with was trust. All right, if you have trust issues, and I said I'm going to come back for the next few minutes to speak some more about trust issues. All right, and then I said if the relationship does not have a clearly defined purpose, it will not work when there's long distance introduced to it. It won't work because that purpose, that vision, that togetherness is what will bind both of you together. It's what will keep the relationship. It's one of the things that will nurture that relationship even if there's physical distance. All right, I also said if you're the kind who feels lonely easily, then you cannot do well in long distance relationship. And I said loneliness does not mean that your partner is not around you. What it means is that you lack direction and vision, and there is nothing you're doing with yourself at that time. That is why you think that you need to have people around you all the time. If you're consumed with a vision, you will never see space for boredom. All right, so please get busy with vision and with purpose so that you're not there crying lonely all the time and looking for who to chat with you at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. All right, I also said if you're emotionally immature, long distance relationship won't work for you. I said if you are easily distracted and you lack commitment, you don't know how to make up your mind and stay somewhere. You start something today, you end it tomorrow, you jump into a new one, you follow every wave and every new wind that blows in town, you cannot stay committed in a long distance relationship. I also said if you're quick to give in to pressure, whether it's pressure from yourself or pressure from without, okay, then you can't do well in long distance relationship. So let me speak for the next few minutes about trust. Okay, you see, trust is, what is relationship without trust? Trust is a firm commitment and belief in the reliability of something or someone. That's what trust is. It's a firm belief. You are sure that this thing will work. Many times when you get into your car and drive, you are sure that your vehicle is in order, and when you kick it, it will start and it will take you to where you're going to. That is why you move and get ahead and get in that vehicle and drive, because you are sure. When you want to lie down on your bed, you are sure that your bed has what it takes to contain your weight. So you just jump on the bed and sleep. If you're scared that if you land on that bed it's going to break, you won't jump on it. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So there's that firm reliability. You are sure that this thing will work, or that this person is who they say they are. Now, guess what? Trust does not come suddenly. Trust must be proven. Trust must be earned. It doesn't come suddenly. It doesn't come automatically. Trust is deliberate. Trust is a choice. Trust is you telling somebody that, hey, see, take my heart, this very important and special heart of mine, take it and hold it. I'm giving it to you. Don't break it, don't mess it up, don't destroy it, all right? And then you expose yourself, the best part of you, your vulnerabilities, your strengths, your visions, your goal. That's what trust is. It doesn't happen suddenly. You can't do that with just somebody you met along the road. Do you understand that? Okay, so trust is a major determinant of a relationship. That's why I tell people that if you cannot trust him or her, what are you still doing there? If trust is completely destroyed and you have tried and against all hope and effort, it is not working, what are you still doing there? You are not at gunpoint to remain in any relationship. I mean, people need to know this. Somebody needs to know this and set themselves free. You are not obligated to remain in any relationship. It's only when you are married. And even when you are married, under certain circumstances where it's beginning to affect your life, you can bounce. How much worse when it's not even a marriage yet? Okay? Trust is very key. Let me just say a few things, because there's a lot I can say. Perhaps I'll do a full session on this. Okay? There are many people struggling in relationships where they suspect everything that their partner is doing. Why are you in a relationship where you don't have peace? You can't close your eyes and sleep. Because you have to be looking left and right at all the time. You have to be checking for your partner's phone and for, email. You have to. Why do you want to put yourself in that position? Listen to me. Even though I emphasize and I teach that there should be, openness and honesty in a relationship, I still don't endorse that you should leave your business and start looking for what is going on your partner's phone. That's not your business. I don't endorse that. All right? Why do people do those things? Because they are looking for. They are looking for problem. They are looking for trouble because they don't trust their partners. And like I love to say, because they don't trust themselves too. Yes, because it's from your own head that suspicion is coming from. Somebody will say, what if he has given you reasons to not trust him before? I'm coming there, relax. Okay? Why should you start looking at your husband's phone or your wife's phone? You want to go through their messages. You want to go through their WhatsApp messages. You want to go through their pictures. What are you looking for? You will soon see what you're looking for. And guess what? Even if what you see is not what you're looking for, because of the narration in your head, you will interpret it the way you want it to be. And that is what will start causing problems for you and your spouse. Meanwhile, it may have been a harmless issue. Alright? Trust is a choice. If you look at somebody and with all your interactions, for different reasons, you say, I cannot commit trust to this person, please don't let it become a relationship. Because by then you'll be committing the most important part of your life, which is your heart, the engine room of your life. You are committing it to somebody. That is why when some people get heartbroken, it affects every other thing about their lives. It affects their education, it affects their work. You see people who are formerly high flyers, they start going down, and you're wondering what's going on, and no kind of intervention can help them. It's simply heartbreak. Somebody has broken their heart, and it has affected every other thing. You see? So, how do you know that you are enjoying trust in a relationship? How do you know that there is trust? First of all, there's commitment. Both of you and your partner, you enjoyed that commitment one to another. You don't have reasons to question the commitment because it is demonstrated. It's not just in word of mouth, or it's not just in intent of the heart. It is demonstrated. You see the effort that your partner makes to ensure that you are experiencing the best in life. You see the effort he puts into your well-being and your growth. All right, and you are doing the same thing. You're putting in effort. You're consumed with commitment to each other. Those are one of the ways that can groom trust. Those are kind of things that shows that there's trust in this relationship. Another way is that you feel safe with each other. You feel safe with each other. There are people who are not safe around their spouse. There are people who suspect every moment. There are people who are, they're having palpitations every moment they're alone with this person. Why are you there? What are you still doing there? You would know there's trust when you don't hide things from each other. When you're not trying to be too careful about your information or about what you're doing or what you're saying or where you're going. There is openness. There is trust when there is respect. Both of you respect each other's timing, respect your appointments, respect your boundaries. There is trust there. And you see, these things I'm saying don't happen overnight. It happens over time. There is trust when both of you are vulnerable and you are comfortable in your vulnerability with each other. Because this person is not going to use my vulnerability to destroy me, but it's going to use my vulnerability to strengthen me and to make me a better person and to protect me. There is trust when both of you are out looking out for each other, protecting each other. Not where you cannot even say for sure what your spouse will do, whether it will be in your favor or not. There are people in relationships like that. In fact, there are people who know that in certain situations their spouses will not be on their side. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. Alright? So, when we say lack of trust, many times all that people think about is cheating. It's cheating on me. Cheating. I cannot trust him because he's cheating. I cannot trust her because she's cheating. She's still with her ex. She's still, Trust issues go beyond infidelity. It goes beyond infidelity. There are many people who are faithful as per they are not pursuing another person. But several other areas of your life, you cannot put faith in them. You can't rely on them. For example, people who are always breaking their word. They tell you I'll do this today and they never do it. Okay, sorry, tomorrow and they don't even remember. Oh, next tomorrow and they don't do it. If you're someone like that who always breaks your word, then you're not trustworthy. You're not trustworthy. Your spouse can't trust you. Alright, so it's not always cheating. There are other basic things. Some of you, all you care about is yourself. So when somebody calls on you in time of need, they know you will not show up. Meanwhile, when you are in need, you want the whole world to stop and come to your rescue. If you're that kind of person whom your partner cannot, or your friends cannot trust that if they call you, you will intervene. If they call you, you will do something. Then listen, you are not trustworthy. You need to work on that. Okay? If you're the kind of person who is always withholding something, holding something back, when you have your own, you hide it. When another person has their own, you want to follow them and enjoy their own. Bad behavior people. Such people are not trustworthy. Okay? Because they are with you for just what they will enjoy and what they will benefit. That's bad behavior. You can't vouch, you can't beat your chest and say, when I'm in need, this person will come true for me. Alright? So when we are talking about trust, don't think it's only about cheating or whether it's following another woman. Yeah, calm down. It's not only cheating. What about those who are always lying? People whom the truth is far from their mouth. They tell you good morning, you tell them give me a minute, I need to check the time, whether it's still morning. Because it cannot be morning and they'll be telling you good morning. If they tell you good morning, it means it's evening. Because they are just chronic liars. There are people like that. What about people who are manipulative? Who try to always put you in a position to their advantage or to your disadvantage? You see? So all these qualities I'm listing, these are some of the things that if you identify them, or if you are in your relationship with somebody or with people or with your significant other, you are discovering these things. These are the things that can destroy trust. And if you are someone who behaves in any of these ways I'm talking about, then know that you will have issues with your partner because they can't trust you. They can't trust you. If you're somebody who cannot protect your spouse out there, you go out to somebody and somebody else comes to talk to them anyhow, and you just sit down there and you're looking, you should be able to stand up for the one you say you love. You should. If you're a man, you should be able to be a shield for the one you love. You cover them. You protect them. You don't allow every stray arrow and bullet from left, right, center to come to their space. No. You shield them from all of that. They are emotionally secure with you around. They know that you've got their backs. Not that they are second guessing you, wondering what's he going to do. Is he going to give me away? Is he going to throw me under the bus? Or is he going to stand for me? Is he going to be a protector for me? All right? Now, why am I mentioning all of these things? Because some people don't know what to look out for in trusting people. They confuse, the same way they confuse love based on feelings is the way that they confuse themselves into trusting people. Somebody meets you today, makes you a promise, fulfills it. You have fallen head over heels. Even if he made that promise just because he wanted to get something back from you, but you have devoted yourself, you have fallen flat in love, or what you call love. Trust does not happen suddenly. Trust does not happen in a hurry. Trust is built over time. Trust is a choice. It is deliberate. All right? It's a conscious thing. You don't trust somebody by mistake. No. You convince yourself to trust. All right? So, if you are that kind of person who is not trustworthy, or you don't know how to trust people, then long distance relationship will not work for you. Why? Because you will keep suspecting everything that your partner is doing. There are different kinds of people when it comes to trust, and I think I need to close with this because my time is, I think I have just 1 minute more. There are the pessimists, those who never believe anything, they never see anything good, they don't believe anything good is happening, it's a lie, they suspect everything is going to be wrong, everything is going to spoil, they just believe the worst. Pessimists, they can't trust you. Why should they trust you? They can't trust you. They just expect that you're a rogue. All right? Why we have those who are the overly optimistic people? Oh, they just believe everything is fine. They just believe that you are a saint. And those kind of people who get played the most. They just think, but after all, I met him in church. He's a Christian brother. Oh, wow. Oh, after all, I saw her in church. She spoke in tongues. Oh, wow. You know, they just believe so easily. They just trust, giving, fall prey so easily because they're always hopeful, always optimistic that, oh, it's going to work. It's going to be a good one. So the kind of people whose hearts get broken the most. Okay, there are also those who say, no, I'm a realist. Oh, no. After what happened to my eldest brother 5 years ago, and the one that happened to my cousin, no. If any man that looks like this, no, you can't trust him. You see, now they carry other people's issues and use it to derive conclusions for themselves, even though it does not apply, even they don't know the context, and then they just believe that, you should not trust because of so and so. Okay, in the same way, we have those who are the suspicious fellas. Those ones, you don't need to do anything wrong. Their boyfriend, their ex, in fact, their ex to the 5th generation of exes did something wrong. Future husband or future partner is the one that will pay for it, even if they have no correlation. But the fact that somebody has done it before, you start suspecting every other person in your life. So whether or not they have the tendencies to do that, you don't care. Somebody did it to you before, another person will do it again. And then those are the kind of ones who mess up genuine and beautiful relationships. Because they have not gotten over those issues, they carry those issues into every relationship and frustrate the life out of that relationship until it is dead. Or if they get married, then those are the kind of people who frustrate their spouses until they either want to walk away or it just becomes a completely abusive relationship. Okay. Now, if you find yourself in any of these things I've described that are negative, you need a lot of work. I need to stop now. Maybe some other time I'll tell you how to deal with trust issues. One of the first things you could do is please speak with a therapist. Speak with somebody who can give you counsel. Speak with somebody who can give you quality and quality advice, objective advice. Okay, if you don't know anybody you want to talk to, just drop me a message on the DM and we can discuss. We can schedule a time and discuss. All right. There's a lot of wisdom around, but many people don't see it. They don't see it, and then they keep making mistakes. Okay, wisdom is always calling out. It's always shouting out on the rooftops, but many people ignore wisdom, and that is why they make the mistakes they make. Okay, you don't have to fall for those same things. All right, you can get it right in your relationship. Please leverage on wisdom and feel free to reach out to me anytime you think you have questions. I have to stop here for now, and I hope it's been a good use of your time. All right, next week we're going to take questions and answers. Please start getting the questions. I already have some of them coming in, and I can't wait for us to handle them next week. All right, God bless you. Please follow us on all our social media handles: Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube especially. Go subscribe to what we're doing, and please listen, comment, share, and let more people participate and benefit from what we're doing here. Thank you, and God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and rest of the evening, and rest of the night, depending on where you're watching from. All right, God bless you. Thank you.